Alright, so those of you that have been watching my channel for a really long time know that my EDC flashlight is the TrueNight T10. I've been EDCing this flashlight for 2 years, every single day. It's always in my pocket. I use it for everything. I'm always using this flashlight. It's probably my favorite flashlight. I have bigger flashlights, but because this is always in my pocket, it ends up being used more than any other flashlight I own. And those of you who know that I don't like to change up my EDC. I want a system that's comfortable, that works, that's always the same. So no matter what situation I am, I know exactly what I have on me. I don't have to remember, am I carrying this? Am I carrying that? No, it's always the same. The situation can be different, but my EDC is always the same. I always know what I'm grabbing and how I'm grabbing it, no matter what. But my flashlight, my T10, I love this flashlight. I still like this flashlight. I still highly recommend it. But I have a new flashlight. And so I'm going to be opening it, showing it to you guys. It's got the instructions, it's got the thank you, it's got the little gel packet, it's got extra O-rings, it's got a pocket clip, and then here is what you've been waiting for. This is the T10 version 2. It has the reversible pocket clip, so you can put it on the one way and clip it to your hat, or you can put it so you can have it bezel up or bezel down. And if you have it bezel up, you can attach it to your hat and use it as a headlamp. I like to carry it bezel down. The version 1 had that same feature, and I really thought I was going to utilize it a lot, and honestly I've never have. I've never clipped this thing to my hat ever. So when I first got it, I thought it was a really great feature, and I thought it was a really big bonus to this flashlight, and honestly in the 2 years I've carried it, I've never attached it to my hat. So keep that in mind. So the reason I chose this flashlight and the reason I've been using this one is it runs on a AA battery, which I really like because you can find AA's anywhere. In worst case scenario, I can take the batteries out of my remote and have light. I can find one of my son's toys, grab the AA out of it, and I have light. The ability to have light, even in the worst case scenario, is still high. You can find AA's all over the place. So it's a AA, it's bright, it's got the pocket clip, it's small, and that's why I like it. I like it because it's bright, it runs on a AA, and it's simple, right? So now the version 2 has a pocket clip. Now I'm going to say that the pocket clip on the one that I got, there's a gap, so I don't know how secure this is going to hold. I like the pocket clip on this one because it was so tight, where this one doesn't seem as tight. It is tight to the flashlight like the original one. Jeepers. Okay, so let's see if this pocket clip works on here. So the pocket clips are interchangeable, but for the starter of testing this flashlight, I'm going to use the pocket clip that came with it, even though there is a gap. The other differences are the switch is on the tail cap to turn this one on and off, where this one has a button on the side. And so it has a side button. There is no button on the tail cap, and that's because this new one is magnetic. It has a magnet on the back, and I just think that that's going to be extremely handy, being able to put this on the hood of a car or to the side of a car and have light. There's a lot of times where I'll be antiquing or I'll be out looking at old stuff, and they'll say that it's solid brass. Well, now if it's magnetic, I know it's not solid brass. Or they'll say that it looks, you can tell that it's metal, you know, but you think it's aluminum, and then you stick a magnet to it, and turns out it's not aluminum. So I like having that magnet on there, not just to stick it to things for the convenience of light, but to stick it to see things to see what they're made out of. Another thing with this flashlight that I'm excited to test out is it runs on a AA battery. You can use a AA battery to get light just like you could with the original one. But unlike the original one, this one also runs on a 14500 rechargeable battery. So it's a 3.7 volt instead of the 1.2 or whatever the AA is. The AA is 1.2 volt. So instead of a 1.2 volt AA, you can use the 3.7 volt 14500. They're the exact same size. They're exact same everything. So make sure that you don't confuse these, because you don't want to be putting a 14500 into something that only takes AA's, because this is a lot of power. It can melt, bad things can happen if you get these reversed. So keep that in mind. But I like the idea of this thing. When it runs on a 14500, it's way brighter. So with a AA, the high input or the high lumen level is 180 lumens, but with a 14500 it's 500 lumens. And so you get Firefly. If you hold it down, you get Firefly. And then it's got low, hold it down for low, medium, and it'll just blink between low and medium. And then you can double press it anytime, and then it'll go to high, which is 500 lumens. And then if you have it on high, you double press again, and it's got strobe. And so it's got a couple fancy features, but again, you're not going to accidentally get into strobe. You might accidentally get into high, but you won't accidentally get into the strobe modes. The Firefly, so the specs only show for a AA. Online they did anyway, maybe this is different. No, this is exactly the same as what it shows online. So with a AA battery, Firefly is 0.5 lumens, and that can run for 49 days. Low is 5 lumens, that can run for 2.1 days. Medium is 35 lumens and can run for 8 hours. And then high is 180 lumens, and that can run for 95 minutes. And the only specs that it has for the 14500 are that on high you get 500 lumens instead of the 180. So, or 550 lumens when it's driven by a 14500 battery, or 180 lumens when driven by a AA battery. And that's the only thing it says about this battery. But you can, so I don't know. Let me see. I'm going to put the AA in, and I'm going to put it in Firefly, and then I'm going to put the 14500 in, see if it looks about the same. So half a lumen, you guys can't even see it. I can barely see it at all. This is a good way to test. Firefly mode is hard to see in the light, so it's usually a good way of seeing if the different batteries, because like I have in loop batteries, and then I have like Energizer batteries and all them, and I put it in Firefly mode, and the in loop batteries worked the best. So the Firefly mode is definitely way brighter with the 14500. So I'm guessing all the levels are different. But it doesn't say what the lumens are or for how long with the upgraded battery, but I'm going to keep the upgraded battery in there because I like the higher lumens. I like that it's brighter. I like that it's more usable in different situations, especially at 550 lumens. I'll be able to light up, if the dog's running somewhere, I'll be able to light it up and find her. So very strong little light. When it comes to the specs, they look to be the exact same size. I like how the old one has a silver cap. The new ones have a black cap so that I won't accidentally confuse the two. Yeah, here's another trick, is the buttons on the side. So it's really hard to find it in the dark, especially when you can't see it. That's one of the perks of this one. It's on the tail cap. You just push on the end and you have light. Where this one's on the side. So you just line the pocket clip up with the button. So you find the pocket clip and the buttons right at the end of the pocket clip. But yeah, so I just wanted to show you that I got a new EDC light. I'm going to be EDCing this one. I'm going to be testing it out. And I can't wait to tell you guys how this holds up. I'm going to be EDCing it for probably a couple months. And then I'll give you guys an update on how it's holding up. And if I prefer the new one over the old one. So with all that being said, make sure to leave any knowledge or questions in that comment section. I want to know, what do you EDC as a flashlight? And if you don't EDC a flashlight, you better start, because this is something that I use all the time. You don't realize how much you'll use it until you actually start carrying one. So make sure to leave that in the comment section down below. Then make sure to like and share this video to help spread this knowledge and all your options to the people we care about most. And as always, don't forget to subscribe and come join the pack. I have a new video every Sunday and Thursday, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.